It's like it changes two missions a little. Anywho, okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Garuda team, time to take off.
At least I realized that before I actually got anything done.
Ghost Eye to Garuda 1 Talisman and Garuda 2 Shamrock. We are currently in a state of emergency. Our nation is under attack by unknown forces. Do whatever you can to fend off the invasion. Garuda 2, roger that. Garuda 1, you call the shots. Garuda 1, there's too many of them. Use your SP weapon.
All ships determining enemy forces over the bay. Get those anti-air guns ready for battle.
Interrupt this program for an emergency news report. Grace Marion is currently under attack by unidentified aircraft. The damage apparently extends throughout the entire capital.
Please be safe. We've got an idea on the invaders. We're engaged with the Estofakian military.
The Estofakians? Our economy's been in shambles for years. Looks like they finally snapped and take over here. Always been gone to hell. Entirely useless now. That's what I like to hear. Our Air Force is holding
I just need to remember to do splits at the end of missions.
Estofakian threat level is even lower now. Drive them out of Ameria.
One thing I haven't fed into my practice runs.
What's this? Missiles?
Number 3, your radio's down. Number 3, where are you? Some unknown cruise missiles just dented in midair. Half our planes have been wiped off the radar.
What the hell was that? Where are they coming from? Enemy cruise missile incoming.
Those are no ordinary cruise missiles. Evade like hell if you want out of this alive.
Evade like hell, as in just cruise over here.
What about Grace Maria?
Hi, Shamrock. Round.
Warning, additional enemy planes have been spotted on radar. You don't want to know how many.
This is Strigan 12. Target acquired. Moving to engage.
What's happening here? You're all dead. Refresh. Speed up for next segment. There we go.
This is Ghost Eye to all planes. Air Defense Command has ordered an evacuation. You've been ordered to give up Grace Maria. Break away from this airspace and head west.
Are you out of your mind? We can't comply with that order.
We are militarily at a huge disadvantage. Comply with the order and head west. Garuda team, you've made it out of the combat zone. Head for the rendezvous point. I promise we'll be back.
And then times on fade out.
I promise.
I guess it doesn't fade out, it just jumps to the replay.
to take off.
Garuda 1, you are clear for takeoff.
Those bombers have passed through the mountains and are still on course for Vitose. They're here. Head back to the base if you need supplies. You can land there at any time.
Takeoff complete. Good luck up there.
Garuda team, a formation of enemy bombers is on its way to Vitose. Take them out.
Fight a good fight, troops. You're our only hope.
This territory's all we've got left. Garuda team, it's in your hands. We've got to intercept those bombers. Stay within
So weird
range
to be
of
able
the
to
radar
fly through
facility.
clouds and not
This
have
will give you
weather
the upper
effects.
hand in battle.
We'll do what we can to help while you're within radar range of us.
You know, weird. Both of the runs that are recorded for this, they don't use high Gs ever. I mean, I can sort of understand since this is a very unstable craft, but there's tricks to deal with the stall.
Drive.
Specifically, if you're gonna do a 180 IG, go like 130, 140 degrees of the way, and then flip around and nosedive the rest of the way. That breaks the stall out.
Enemy down. Second enemy bomber is down. More enemy bombers incoming. There's quite a few this time. More planes are showing up on radar.
And there's some differences between Easy and Ace, other than, you know, damage. One is that you have double the ammunition.
Garuda 1, drive. Lock on. Enemy plane down. Fourth enemy bomber confirmed down. Keep up the good work.
Another is that you can actually just bounce off the train as opposed to crashing. I mean, 7 has that as a thing too,
Bombers are still incoming. Stay sharp.
but it's inherent easy on this. And that's what I mean by a 180 G with this.
Enemy bomber formation is confirmed down. I have to say you handled things well.
Hoping all that praise on us has got me a little too red in the face to go back home.
Roger that, Avalanche. I'll just report you as gunned down and missing in action.
That's pretty harsh, Ghost Eye. All planes, it's time to get on home now. Try and make it back for supper.
Only for this, I go for the 2 side objectives, because they have fewer targets.
Ghost Eye to all forces. We're about to engage enemy units on the other side of
And I like the ESM.
angles.
Granted, the ESM range is tiny.
Garuda team, provide cover for our troops on the ground and eliminate all Estavakian ground forces. Choose any area you want to cover. Cross the return line if you need supplies. It's at the south end of the airspace.
Come on, Shamrock, fire off.
Guys than us.
There we go.
Confidence booster, huh? Let's get on, Garuda 1. This is Quox. Advancing to engage enemy across the river. Do me a favor, take care of any little guys trying to get in our way. We can provide ground assistance once you're in range for ESM.
You took way too long to fire that off, Shamrock.
I love it. It's the bet of a lifetime.
There's another one.
Your radar display can
Come
be
here.
toggled for each operation.
Scripting is all, hey, you're going too fast. I can't keep up. Luckily, it skips a little bit of it.
Ghost Eye to Garuda team, listen up. Aircraft that have already completed their operation objective are being sent your way. Call them in when you need backup. Enemy forces have been dealt a heavy blow. All planes, move into action against any forces still remaining. They're not going anywhere. I won't let them get away.
I think that's it. Yep.
Don't go thinking we can win this war all by ourselves. If the enemy becomes more than you can handle, don't be afraid to request
Aside from
allies
Shamrock
support.
being slow at the start, that's pretty good.
This area has been cleared of enemy forces. Mission complete. Get back to base.
Looks like I won the bet.
That's one step closer to Grace Maria. Garuda 1, I've got a hunch we'll be going home a lot sooner with you on board. I'm counting on you, Talisman.
I'd imagine if I turned off auto saving, this would probably save this run like 20 or 30
Time to
seconds.
take off.
Whatever. Don't care.
This is Ghost Eye to all planes. Initiate invasion of Bartolomeo Fortress.
This is Warlock. We've got the west route to the fortress. Quarks Battalion here. We'll advance from the east. This is St. Pitt. Electron support point.
I mean, this run isn't completely brain dead.
Garuda team, I need you
There
to
are
provide
two
backup for each
shakeups
battalion.
in the run, which actually have marked on my
Warlock
splits
Battalion
as
is heading for the
reminders.
first checkpoint at a steady pace. Garuda team, back up the Warlock Battalion. Use the Operation ID device when the battle gets too heavy.
Yeah, there's optimizations that the current runs on the board don't do. But you'll see those, get to them.
Ground target destroyed. Enemy's got a SAM locked onto you.
Relax. I was born lucky. We've made it to the objective point. Mission accomplished. Thanks for your support.
Talisman, don't be afraid to request allied support.
Probably faster to do Snake Pit here, but yeah.
Quarks Battalion is approaching the first checkpoint now.
I prefer having more
Battalion has arrived at the first checkpoint.
backup available. Have an ESM.
Enemy chopper unit confirmed. We'll need an air unit to take it outwards.
Garuda 1, drive.
Welcome to executing order.
Enemy facility was destroyed.
I missed. Target confirmed. Commencing attack support. Commander here. At Tractor's point.
I guess this is the one thing I haven't really figured out as fast here on
Battalion
this
has arrived
yet.
at the
This
objective
mission.
point. Mission accomplished. All planes, move on to the enemy fortress. Ground unit, continue engagement. Roger. Talisman,
I'll
it's
just
time to
fire.
mop the floor. Two unknown enemy fighters have been detected. Two enemy fighters approaching.
Already losing my focus and we just started. Come on.
Reaper's emblem. Those are the aces who attacked Grace Mary.
Ouch. Well, if this was Ace, that would have killed me.
Now's our chance to take him out. Those damn areas. They don't know where they're hiding.
Enemy fortress threat level has been reduced. Garuda team, don't let your guard down. Enemy fortress threat level is even lower now. Maintain current level of engagement.
Garuda team, we're in good shape too. Let's turn this place out. Leave it, can you hear me? Executing. Heading over to support and kill confirmed. Rocks 2. Target confirmed. Attacking. I've reached the target point. Advancing attack support. Telling them. Target point is still full. We're pulling out. Evasion successful.
Radar lock.
The radon, please. Thank you.
The enemy fortress has just about had it. Our ground unit almost has it under control.
Targeting attack support. Commencing attack support.
Could have been faster if I was
Royal
actually
Fortress is
focused,
under our
but oh
control.
well.
Nice work, Garuda team.
Garuda team, you guys work too hard. You're stealing all our thunder.
Iberian scum.
Barbarian scum. It's no time to celebrate. Crush.
You shoot down the 2 Strigon planes, that plane doesn't play.
Garuda team, time to take off.
Literally no reason to do the naval area on this. There's just way too many targets to fleet. And it's basically air to ground for the first part, but the second part is air to air.
This is Warlock Battalion. We'll be disembarking on the central coast to take over a stretch of land there. Rocks Battalion here. We're set to disembark on the west side. Take control of Artara and have enough of you to take care of what's behind us.
This is flagship Marigold of the 2nd Fleet. We are set to destroy the enemy fleet position.
And there's a reason to kill these sea forts.
Garuda team, your job is to
They're gonna kill some of your allies, and that helps
these combat zones. Begin operation.
make your allied support stronger.
Disembark to take over the coast. Air units, we're counting on your support.
Just getting behind the line of howitzers. Advance faster. There we go. Oh, one survived.
Warlock Battalion preparing to disembark. We've only taken light damage. Let's get this party started.
There's always a chance that a missile isn't gonna outright kill something. Oh well.
Thanks for your patience, Quads Battalion.
And those are dead.
Enemy ground forces are almost completely destroyed.
I do this one first because you get Yellow Jacket for completing
Control of the coast.
Operation B, and they're slow. I mean, there's a way to make them good work, but you gotta work You gotta work around it intentionally. I love the Yellow Jacket and all. They tear things to bits. But they just can't fly very fast because they're helicopters. Oh yeah, this is another very minor and not actually gameplay meaning difference between this and higher difficulties. There's usually a jammer here, but you can't actually see what the hell's over here on the radar.
Enemy reinforcements detected on radar. They're approaching our landing unit at high speed. We can't let anything happen to our landing unit. Drive back the enemy and provide cover.
Talisman.
Here's the second one. Here it is.
Roughly half of the enemy reinforcements have been wiped out.
That's what I like to see, Talisman. At this rate, we'll make it through.
Yeah, okay, their support timed out before
Been destroyed.
they shot at that. Ah, Shamrock killed most of this already. Yeah.
Talisman, we've almost got him.
Missile struck target. Enemy tank destroyed.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you!
Warning, incoming missile. No sign of the enemy on radar. They've been wiped out completely. Mission accomplished.
We're finally back on the mainland. Let's go home. Back to our loved ones.
Oh.
Garuda team, time to take off.
I get the feeling this mission's got corruption in it, because it always does that static burst right when it loads in.
Forces are completely surrounded over a wide area. We've got 6 sectors of
But hey, it doesn't
operation to
affect the game,
concentrate
it's
on.
just
Use your radar to check enemy
wearing
position
headphones is
and
gonna
move
hurt
out to
for
each
that
area.
brief moment.
We better move. Our forces could get wiped out at any second now.
Which incidentally, I am wearing headphones.
Ground unit is on its last legs trying to keep them covered. Return to base if you need supplies. No use fighting on an empty stomach.
Enemy forces approaching. Prepare for descent.
Speaking of headphones, I moved the other set of headphones that are plugged into the mic away from the mic. Don't know if there was an echo there or not.
Garuda team, initiate close-range air support. Get out there and hit what you can.
Bust some heads, Talisman. Take care of business.
Not missed the last one for A. Oh well.
Okay, I'm on backup.
The enemy radar vehicles seem to be providing ESM. It's not looking good. All enemy forces are eliminated. Operation accomplished.
I always forget that there's a lone fighter that you need to take care of on this one. Come on. And task allies finish off this over here, which was nothing.
We've received a telegram from HQ Command to go after an Estovakian unit that's just started pulling out of action.
I'm a lot better at chasing than being chased.
All ground units are to spread out and close in on the Estovakian unit. Show no mercy.
All forces, fight to the death for this land. Give them a taste of Estovakian pride.
This mission is going well. All forces, keep the pressure on. The threat level for remaining Estovakian forces is down to about 60%. The threat level for remaining Estevakian forces is about 40%. Enemy forces have been eliminated from the mission areas. That's enough dancing for today. Time to get on home now.
I could have danced a few more numbers.
I'm still dancing here. Go ahead and leave without me.
Don't give me that, Sky Kid. It's past your bedtime.
You'd make a scary mother, Ghost Eye. But I guess we should be getting back.
Oh,
All right, Garuda team, time to take off.
The Stogies are on their way. They're not stupid, you know.
Deadwater's here with some great news. Rumor has it that our angels from Cassette have joined up with the American military in Silpot. Oh yeah! They are charging in like rhinos, folks. I think a lot of positive things are about to happen.
that's the Shamrock to shoot at this.
Warning, enemy presence detected on radar. They know exactly what we plan to do. All planes, assume attack formation.
I can hardly see a thing. We've got mountains right below us. Watch your altitude, Talisman.
We got jammers mixed in with us. I'll take them all out.
Enemy jammers are set up to reduce our missile and radar capabilities. Watch out.
Situation normal.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot this with regular missiles.
Ghost Eye to Snake Pit. Keep close tabs on the movement. Third jammer down.
No, I just have a dozen escorts saying my butt.
Take out the rest just like that. Now, my jammers aren't phasing. The Americans have a new special weapon.
Enemy kill confirmed. Fourth jammer down.
Careful now. The magic's starting to wear off. Get him! Hit right once more.
Fifth jammer down.
My radar's all clear. Seems like those jammers are down. Quite a feat under those conditions.
Missile struck target.
No, that ain't Garuda. The enemy is focusing its attacks on us. Requesting an intercept. Enemy plane fired a missile. I lost a wingman.
Music is too hummable. I'm trying not to do it.
I've got a new aircraft on radar. This must be a wave of attacks aimed at Warlock Battalion.
Don't worry about those fighters. Mind your altitude and maintain current course. This formation is history.
I go in that order because the final wave on this spawns all the way on the east. Kill those guys on my tail, please.
Help is here. Initiating requested support.
Garuda 1, drive.
Doing that in case the missiles miss.
Another one. New aircraft detected. Approaching Warlock Battalion at high speed.
All planes hurry. Don't let them get near Warlock Battalion. Need to intercept enemy escort. I'm ready at very fast after target.
This is a map where you can really tell the limitations of the draw distance.
We have radar lock on.
Okay, sometimes those miss. It's how fast those guys fly. You don't go directly in their face. Just... they outrun it. No, they outrun the Humming. They don't outrun the missile. They're used to telling allies to go after Zoker here. He's not here because this is easy. He just likes to wander around in this F-117 in this area.
Garuda 1, ESM is active. Drive.
Ask allies to finish what I don't kill. They all got killed anyways, good. This is one reason why I like this more than 7. You task your allies to do things to save you time. I mean, they won't always do it, depends on how far away from the target they are. Actually, is a bit of an issue in Mission 14 sometimes, but oh well.
Garuda 1, drive.
And because I was so far away from him, it just teleports to me. There's really no reason to ever do the Quox mission here other than to, well, do it for assault records.
What the? The enemy's starting to back off.
They won't get far. The chase is on.
Because there's 3 bombers that you have to intercept, and they all come from the extreme northeast. They spawn one at a time. I mean, yeah, it's 3 targets, so in that sense it's super quick. But as they spawn one at a time, they take forever to get over here.
Garuda 1, ESM is active.
Yeah, it's killing a minute before the drones show up. Literally a minute. When it hits 29, the drones go, "Hey, hi there, how are you doing? We're gonna bring missiles at you."
I've got something on radar. That's odd. Multiple small objects flying at slow speed through the airspace.
Whatever. Small, big, bring them on.
Other aircraft are... Wait a minute. Warning! Cruise missiles incoming! All planes break!
What?
Missile hit. 3 o'clock. All aircraft, stay sharp. Look out.
Those are the same missiles used to...
You can't kill them right now, they gotta turn into targets. This is they go down in one hit, there's just no point in wasting the ammo.
Planes, cancel offensive and retreat. Garuda team, escort our planes out of there.
You gotta be kidding. How are we supposed to defend that?
Their missiles are being guided by observation planes. Shoot them down and the attacks will subside. Each missile's estimated range of the impact shows up on radar. The observation plane should be located right in the center of that range. Garuda team, shoot down those observation planes. You've got to hold out until all our forces have been safely evacuated.
Well, darn, everything missed over there.
half the observation planes have been destroyed. Keep your guard up.
I think Bit actually helps out a lot here.
3 observation craft remaining.
If only we could have shot him down at Grace Maria.
I'm not?
Just 1 observation craft remaining.
How could they fly through such an explosion? Mostly by not flying through it.
All operation planes are down. Well done, Garuda team.
I guess we managed to pull it off. We've got to do something about those missiles, or there won't be a Grace Maria to get back to.
Well,
The stogies are on.
load faster. They're installed on the hard drive.
All right, Garuda team, time to take off.
This is by far the fastest route for this mission.
And use that as a
Doing
base of
A and then
operations
the
for
ocean.
attacking the enemy's heavy command cruiser.
You do efficiently enough, the drones, you don't even get the script where they're going, hey, drones are showing up. You might want to shoot them down to cover our allies.
Offshore of San Loma. Take out any enemy forces obstructing our landing. We can't let them take the city.
San Loma's got some pretty tough defenses. Going it alone would be much too risky.
Guess we better lay out the stunts today.
Battalion is currently on its way to San Loma from the northwest. Take out any stogies in our path. Engaging with enemy craft with a PSR bird emblem. I've never seen things like this.
All planes on the partisan sweep operation. There's been a change of plan. Move to intercept all invading American aircraft.
Battalion, spread out to destabilize the launch. Bowling Battalion has been defeated. We just brought over the second floor. How many are left now? They've got it, Bowling Battalion.
Target the other one.
Anti-aircraft gun taken out.
Watch out! They've got a lock on you.
Donut car. Cruising a donut plane.
Talisman is locked on.
Wait, that can't be donut plane, because that's Mario Kart.
Ground target has been eliminated.
Under 2 minutes. This feels like a game where I could probably use sub-splits, but it doesn't have an auto-splitter, and I'm not going to sub-split in the middle of stuff. Hi, Pixie. Got my capture card! Yay! Thanks for good luck. I mean, I know I can easily get the world record on this, I just haven't done any recordings of it yet.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
Flagship Marigold is Garuda team. We need you to take out that enemy fleet offshore and shoot down those escort planes.
Those Estefanian escort planes are loaded up with anti-ship missiles.
Talisman is locked on.
Ouch. Yeah, I don't have an easy way to do a sub-split. I have to take my hand off the controller, even though it's for like just a quarter of a second. Considering how much control you need for this game. I mean, the sub-split could be easily, you know, each objective being finished. But again, you know, not important. Mostly just be for seeing where exactly you can be a bit more efficient.
Observation planes confirmed on radar. Be on alert for enemy.
And unfortunately, wasn't fast enough to skip this.
Shoot down the observation planes or cover our allies.
You're fast enough, this whole spiel just doesn't play, and it just goes straight to the final segment.
Forces.
Warlock Battalion has arrived at the goal, awaiting further orders. Roger. All tanks, stand by.
First wave of enemy cruise missiles incoming. Point of impact is showing up on radar. Stay clear of that area.
Why are you all targeting something that I didn't tell you to target? No.
Planes are destroyed. Shift forces to the San Loma takeover operation.
Warlock Battalion, begin attacks on San Loma.
Oh, these missions are actually a lot shorter than in 7. This game is literally half the length. So I guess individually the missions are a bit longer, but half the... Well, anyway. Ah, 15 missions.
Talisman, you're the key player on this mission. Don't get shot down.
All targets are almost destroyed. Garuda 1, take care of what's left.
Talisman, it's time to finish up.
Well, I mean, that's part of the reason why I got the capture cards. That way people who hadn't played it themselves can see it.
All targets are confirmed destroyed. We have taken over
So
the
this is
city of
being
San Loma.
done on easy, because 2 missions are marginally easier,
We just took control
and
of
that's what the other
our
runs are on.
Rockians. The battle for Ameria has just begun.
Now that we've accomplished this mission, we have a good chance.
Yeah, in-game time I'm consistently between 132 and 135. Oh. And this is why I have this mission tagged as something different. Rocket launcher is actually far more efficient than the mass murder weapon.
The heavy command cruiser's radar capabilities temporarily falter whenever it's refueling in midair. A lot of good agents lost their lives getting us this intel.
They're inactive targets that you can hit with a rocket launcher that you can't hit with homing stuff.
Approach the enemy at current course. Initiate an attack
The rocket launcher is
immediately
far
after the
faster
combat
on
zone.
Garuda 2, roger.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Although oddly I don't know, this mission is a mixed bag on different difficulties, because it's like, on easy, yeah, there's one less phase on the Agaion, but the cockpits on the support craft aren't active, so you can't shoot those, you have to kill the engines instead. But if you're doing like Expert or Ace, you can just rocket the cockpits and the support craft are dead instantly, but then you have the second phase, or the final phase on Agaion, being one target longer. Which isn't really much, either way. But this is the fastest thing that has rocket launchers. try and go after the guy just first, since they move around a lot.
Garuda team, engage!
Garuda 2, engaging.
Windhover engaging. Skykid engaging. Avalanche engaging.
Didn't get all the stuff. Oh. See, if this was a higher difficulty level, that actually would have just killed it. They don't have a cockpit in this mode. Not gonna go down so easy.
Battleship number 1 down. It's going down.
We've got a runt on the move. Looks like it's for air support.
There are enemy aircraft providing ESM. You'll be in a world of hurt if
So yeah, this is why rocket launchers are what you want to go for on this mission. Just nukes these things quickly, and then you get a full allied support bar. You can then use to go, hey, say, hey, kill Strigon, thank you.
Talisman, it's the Reaper's emblem. Let's pay him back once and for all.
Number 2 electronic support system down. All right, that's what I like to see.
And then because of the flaps
Garuda 1.
on this that like to block homing weapons, again, another reason why rockets are better. You can't actually finish this mission with Strigon alive. I have found that out the hard way. Granted, only by a few seconds, but it doesn't move to the final phase if there's still a Strigon around. Yeah, see, the cockpit isn't active
All engine units destroyed.
because there's still Strigon left.
Taking a major blow. Garuda team, you almost got her.
There we go.
Finish it off, Talisman. You're the man.
That's also another minor thing. The position of a guy on cockpit differs depending on difficulty. On the harder ones, it's actually inside where the runway is.
Garuda team, time to take off.
Activate A prematurely, so that way it gets its objectives to spawn quicker.
A message to all the Estavakians out there. Don't be too disappointed once we shoot down all your toys.
There's a set of Harriers that you need to have spawn that are mandatory targets. So they don't spawn for a couple of minutes until a couple minutes after the mission objective starts.
Don't listen to civilian airwaves during missions. Today's objective is to recapture
Just start prematurely.
Warlock Battalion is on its way to Ragnar Fortress. Our plan is to break through the center. This is Windhover. We're prepared to knock out their substations and supply routes on the water to cripple their forces. This is Yellow Jacket. We're set to invade the fortress and initiate attacks from the inside.
If we can pull this off, Estavakia won't have any trump cards left to play. Use everything you've got.
Okay, good, those all good. I saw the missions, they were like,
We gotta win this, Talisman.
Warlock Battalion, we've got the fortress in sight. Take out any enemy tanks on our path. This is Windhover.
Power lines.
There. This is Shamrock. I've got a visual on the substation facilities.
Those facilities supply power to the fortress. Taking them out will weaken their defenses.
That should be the last target.
Welcome.
Yep.
We've taken out the enemy's lifeline. Rogno Fortress is finished.
Now we've just got to take out the fortress itself and get our country back.
Townsman, you're the man of the hour. Show us some of your best moves.
Missile struck target. Anti-aircraft gun destroyed.
And that is the trick that I needed to target. Get to trigger early. Yeah, your allies are actually useful in this game. Opposed to in 7 where they just kind of flail about the entire time. I mean, there is technically one point in the game where they do literally flail about and do nothing, but that's story related, not mechanics related. Well, one thing that I definitely miss from 7 is the
Self-propelled artillery is being
directional
sent out
missile
to
threat
the north
thing
and south. They are approaching Warlock Battalion.
that shows up on your HUD.
More self-propelled artillery is being sent out from the enemy posts. Exact number unknown.
And hey, targets that actually take more than one shot to kill. Again, another complaint that I had for 7, there's like nothing that requires bunker busters or anything. Now I just gotta wait. Now, everything still has the same health on easy. Really, the difference in difficulty levels on this are levels of enemy aggression and the damage you take. That's basically it.
Targets. I've sent coordinates for the first target. Check your radars.
And then another thing that I saw in the other recorded runs for this that other people have done are going, oh, Shamrock isn't very actually, Shamrock is quite reliable. He's just got a cooldown timer on his offensive action. It's like somewhere around 5 minutes. I don't know exactly.
Talisman is locked on.
Woohoo! On to the next one.
Target coordinates have been sent. This is the last group.
It's been long enough. He should fire off his giant volley. Currently has not. Oh no, there it goes. And everything's dead.
All enemy forces within Rogno have been destroyed. We have successfully taken back the fortress.
This is Leonid Battalion. All areas are secure. We are
So in the last segment of the next mission, you're gonna see how different the EML is between 6 and 7. It is absurd.
Fortress is under American control. Mission accomplished. Our special forces can mop up the rest. Head back to base, Garuda team.
We're really on a roll. No one can stop us now.
I also plan on doing new game runs for this, as in fresh, no saves file stuff. But that's just because it's super easy. It's got multiple save files. Like in 7, where I'd have to mess with the save file, back it up, save it, move it to another place so that the game goes, oh hey, you don't have a save file. Here we go.
As long as I win, I'll do whatever it takes. Let's do this, Garuda-1.
That's enough talking. Enemy forces are spreading throughout our mission space.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird, because there's a new game leaderboard on SR, on speedrun.com, but there's no runs in it at all. It's literally free.
This is Garuda-2. We've got a clear path to the airport.
Actually, no, you don't really have to manage money on it. You only have to buy like 3 or 4 things. I mean, yeah, you don't have to get everything, but
Our ground troops in the south are commencing combat. Our bombers are heading for the target. They're flying at a steady pace.
What are you doing? Enemy forces at 10 o'clock. Don't let them advance any further. Nice kill. We pretty much got this one in the bag. Garuda team requesting air support.
I think we already nuked the runway, thanks.
We've taken control of the runway. This baby's right in the stars now.
And then this is a weird objective. It starts all the way off on the west side of the map, but all of the targets are on the east side. So we're like, oh, well, you've got escort the bombers. Like, no, not really. They just need to survive.
There's a safety line on the west side of the airspace. Pull out of combat and get back to base whenever you need supplies. Enemy unit approaching.
They don't actually do anything in this mission.
Craft unit.
I think you'd have to escort them for like 8 to 10 minutes, something like that, in order for them to actually get over here to do something.
The armored LCAC unit just
No, you just gotta kill out those 2. There's 7 targets on this mission.
Enemy forces are starting to retreat. Don't let them get away.
Prepare to die, Stovies.
So, time to change weapons.
Boys from the men.
We show how brokenly strong the EML is in this compared to 7.
Get after the enemy. Don't let them slip out of sight.
They're not going anywhere. I've got a score to settle.
And if I'm doing this casually, I like to actually do the landing for this, but since it's a speedrun, it's sort of like, okay, gear down, sit start.
Garuda team, you're almost to Grace Maria. Put everything you've got into this.
And now it's time for the Allied AI to flail around uselessly.
An emergency wire just came in from
1 shot. 2 shot. Nope.
You've been ordered to evacuate. Mission Command has ordered an evacuation. All planes, cease fire immediately. I repeat, all planes cease fire immediately. You have been ordered to retreat.
What do you mean retreat? This is no time to screw around.
Yeah, I've tried the Raven out.
This is no joke. I'll say it again.
I do not like its
Cease
weapon
fire
package.
immediately. That's an order. Retreat from the
I mean, the UAVs are neat. But the TLS is still a pile of garbage, and Quam is sort of like, that's on another 4 other planes. So.
Garuda team, that's an order. Cease fire and withdraw from the airspace immediately.
You've got to be nuts.
At least it's less jarring if when you're playing it, when you're trying to flare and accidentally go into cockpit mode, it's like, oh, I just get a filter.
This mission has been aborted.
I'm putting an end to this war right here. My family is
So
suffering.
like, even in ideal conditions, the TLS just underperforms. And I stayed in too close to this guy.
Garuda team, you are in violation of a direct order. Don't you see what's happening here? Comply with your order immediately.
Shouldn't be hearing this.
Ghost Eye, what the hell do you know about losing a family member? I'll take whatever the hell action I see fit.
Well, right now the run is still DLC free. I don't know if they're gonna make a category that lets you use it or not.
Planes are down. Now I can finally
The
get
only
back to this
meaningful
area.
difference that I've seen that the Raven does compared to anything else is on Mission 4. If the UAVs are deployed right when the trigger for the cutscene at the end happens, it actually happens the instant the trigger goes off, so you don't have to time it quite as accurately. Switch off EML.
Garuda team, time to take off.
This is the other mission where the difficulty changes it somewhat. You can go up to, basically the altitude restriction on this is 100 meters higher on easy than it is on others. It'd be whining at me to pull down right now if it was different difficulty. So 700 meters instead of 600 meters. You can take even more optimal routes. This is way more chill than 7's trench run. Look at how wide this valley is compared to the sheer cliffs that 7 has on Mission 14. Really, it's just a case of making sure your weapon has enough room to deploy. This gunboat can actually troll you a bit because that hill can block your missile. And you don't actually have to kill this thing off if you're fast enough. No, in the 7 mission you don't kill anything. But the fact that it's extremely tight makes it difficult. This, you don't even need to finish that last route that I did that's now off. It takes them a full minute to contact this, and you get here in like 30 seconds. I always wait until after that bridge to fire off, just in case it catches anything.
Enemy transport unit confirmed destroyed. Looks like you just redeemed yourself.
All in a day's work for Garuda. Me and Talisman make a great team.
Now time for missiles to spawn out of the ether, come after us.
And you've got a party waiting for us, right? It would be a nice change from all that lip service.
See, nothing behind us, there's missiles there.
Stay on alert until you get back.
And unfortunately, this aircraft is not quite fast enough to outrun them. The F-15's fast enough, but this isn't. You have to juke around a little bit.
detected on radar.
Damn it! You've got to be kidding me!
I actually died here in my practice run this morning. Granted, that was on Ace, and it's because I ignored those missiles too much.
Enemy forces spotted on radar. There's a ton of them. A whole battalion.
I guess I got my hopes up too soon. Oh well, let's get this.
For now, yeah, and 7 DLC airplanes are forbidden.
Looks like you're gonna have to face the music.
I don't know how they're gonna change
Enemy
that.
planes.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you.
Well, I mean, there actually aren't any rules set up for this game on speedrun.com, but I am personally imposing no DLC planes or anything because of the fact that they do not exist on the marketplace anymore. You literally cannot get any of the DLC for this game now. If you got it before, you can download it again, but you can't buy any of the new anything. Pretty sure it's the whole marketing license between Namco Bandai and Microsoft expired. Hence, well, we can't sell this anymore. Which means that Ace of Aces DLC is no longer available for purchase. Casually, this part of the mission is the best. Well, see, the reason why I would have DLC banned for speedruns in this game is because of the fact that new runners wouldn't have the ability to access any of the DLC, period. So they wouldn't have bought it back before it was removed, which means that they can't download it again. I mean, there's a good amount of DLC that I don't have for this game that I can't get anymore.
Enemy forces are hanging on by a thread. Keep up the
Granted, they were mostly just $5 to $10 reskins, but I spent like $300 on this game.
Scored a kill. Fired.
I mean, on 7, man, maybe a little allow DLC planes on specific kinds of runs someday.
All enemy fighters have been destroyed.
And I mean, I know that there's the emulator for this game, but that's not what I'm playing. I'm playing it on my hardware.
Like you still got a loan to pay off.
But don't forget about that second Typhoon I shot down from you. That ought to count for something. You two have a lot to learn from Talisman. He never takes out loans up here. Looks like you saved Demaria again.
I mean, the DLC does technically still exist on Xbox Live, you just can't buy it.
All planes get back to base. Next up is Grace Maria.
I didn't have Ace of Aces DLC on this one, I decided to start playing it again. I was able to get it downloaded, so.
Alright, Garuda team, time to take off.
All planes, commence with mission. We're gonna take back Grace Maria today.
Ghost Eye, if you want us to wait, now's the time to intervene.
I I couldn't get your own mothers to stop you now. All planes, assume attack formation.
I
Take
just
them all.
really love the objective mechanic they have in this game. It gives this game so much replayability. It's why I never got tired of it. I mean, just in this mission, your starting point even changes the opening dialogue.
Sniper, 2 o'clock. In the Dover building. I think he's gunning for you. There he is. Those tracks are our way into the tunnel.
Box 2.
Scored a kill.
Fine safety off.
Watch out! They've got a lock on you from the ground. A swarm of angry hornets are gonna
Because either the weakness of this aircraft is that it's extremely unstable, so high G turns it stalls very easily. There's ways to get around that, as you just saw me do. I could do a 180, and I did this twirl because I was pushing down, which helps cancel out the stall.
Eliminate all enemy elements in the vicinity. We have recaptured Grace Mary Air Force Base.
Nice work, Steel Gunners. You earned this victory.
Continue mission. Some guys still need help out there.
Yeah, I've never played any of the PS2 games, although, yeah, if I end up, if this channel winds up actually, you know,
The enemy's got troops on the
making
bridge.
money,
Take care of them.
then it's sort of like, okay, well, I can get a capture card for that. Get the games.
You're doing great, Garuda team. Continue on with the mission.
Initiate fire at 3 o'clock.
Our enemies at sea have been destroyed. Marigold, start moving into the bay.
Strange, who the hell did that?
Roger that. Moving into the bay at full power.
The Stoneys really messed up our city. Just look at this place.
There are enemy aircraft providing ESM. You'll be in a world of hurt if you let them go.
I always try and be at tilt there when I fire off the ADMs. Because, while you can't really tell when I'm doing it in this camera, they deploy from 2 pods on top and 1 pod on the bottom. Yeah, so the ground will stop them.
Enemy down.
All threats posed by enemy ships have been eliminated. Many thanks to Garuda team, the Marian Aces. This is the 2nd Fleet flagship Marigold. First team will be killed in proportion. 2nd flagship Marigold for all forces. We are moving into attack formation to provide support.
Enemy jammers reduce our radar efficiency and also interfere with missile fire. Be cautious.
I don't know why he says that once you've actually shot it down. This seems like a mistranslated line.
This jamming has given us a hell of a time, and having a lot of planes out here doesn't make the situation any better. Missile struck target. All enemy jammer aircraft have been destroyed. Radar response is back to 100%.
No, actually, they have a deploy time where they launch outwards away from the aircraft first.
Just outside the city. They're spread out into 3 areas close to the
And I've got plenty of ammo. I can show that off here. You can see the 3 pods, 2 on top and the 1 on the bottom.
Talisman, Shamrock, you guys are the greatest.
So you can see that's how they deploy. Sort of like a ballistic missile off of a cruiser.
I'm doing the driving here. Anyway, there's a little tunnel up ahead where they keep building supplies. There's a dummy wall at the end of it with the tunnel we dug on the other side. The tunnel ends up about 1.5 feet from the central bank.
forces throughout Grace Maria have been eliminated. Mission accomplished. We've got our capital back.
We finally did it. We've got our city back.
Are you getting this? Not over yet.
Who is this?
War has just
Now this is a volatile part of the game.
What are you talking about?
Because these UAVs eat all of your targets.
corrupt governments of Mars
And Pasternak has stealth on him.
to protect. There's only one thing worth protecting now,
Unknown aircraft approaching fast. This may be an attack.
and that's the future.
Garuda 1 destroyed the target. It's a fighter. A fast one. Missiles approaching at high speed. Multiple
This fight is actually a reason why I like to try and get the naval objective done quickly, so that way I have ESM available, make my missiles more effective. What? Cheating. There we go. That was quick.
History team has fled to combat airspace.
If you get him down to his last hit, all the UAVs instantly disappear, but he still has his stealth. So. And you have to be the one who lands the final hit. Now I can't be the one to do it.
The war is over.
Talisman!
All threats have been eliminated. Our people are rising up.
They've opened up the gate to our city. We've got the Garuda team to thank for this. If I had a bottle of champagne right now, I'd crack it open and celebrate with you guys, Garuda team.
And now time for Shamrock to be repressed. And for me to forget to smash start instead of A.
Garuda team, time to take off.
I kind of like this mission story-wise because it's got quite a contrast. Like, everyone's celebrating that, hey, we got our city back, but Shamrock's going like, well, my family's dead. Oops.
Garuda 1, stand by over the castle. Wait for Garuda 2's takeoff.
Anyway, I'll hold the afterburner here all the way until you hear them clear Garuda 2, because if you go slow, it's going to take longer. You got to get to the waypoint first.
Garuda 2. Roger.
Alright, as far as the speed run, this mission is probably one of the worst, because you got, like, 3 or 4 minutes of downtime. But oh well. You get fireworks! And you also can't make this part any faster. You can make it slower by not going to the waypoints, but you can't make it faster.
Garuda team, continue patrolling the skies over Grace
There's only a
Maria.
few waypoints you
Keep
need
an
to
eye
go
on
to,
the
though.
radars.
The ones where, Ghost Eye prompts you. The ones that he doesn't, they're just optional. You don't need to do anything with them.
Grace Maria may be free now, but we sure aren't. Man, we're thirsty.
Garuda team, your next duty is to fly over the capital.
What an awesome view. Only war pilots like us get to see fireworks in the night sky from this angle. No sign of the aviator radar. Mind if I drop my altitude a bit? Can't see the fireworks up here.
Get your head out of the clouds and focus on the mission. We're still at war here.
Right. Roger that.
Garuda team, head to Southeast Residential. I'm about to send you an objective point on radar.
Figure I might as well make this a little scenic, since I can't do anything to make it faster.
Wants to know if pumpkin pie will do for dessert. Maybe he's not so bad after all.
Garuda team, head for the southern part of New Grace Maria.
This is Sky King. I just like to say, mission accomplished.
Also, I'm using a very old controller for this.
Hey, Fred, your wife says come
So sometimes my camera will just get stuck like this, because the sticks are sticky and old. But I'm used to it, so... Plus, I like to do my small maneuvers within the wiggle room that my old controller has. It's really weird,
Bad idea.
but it works.
No one wants to watch you stinking up the sky, Avalanche.
If you want to goof off, save it for
Like
the
these
crowd.
little tilts, this is within the wiggle room that my controller has on the stick, from just it being so used. Oh, this is within the wiggle room.
Castle.
There's a couple arguing at the foot of the King's Bridge. Somebody intercede.
This one goes out to Dominic, serving with the tank battalion. Maria has a little message for you.
Although there is one thing that,
Pass over the castle.
yeah, I'm definitely
Mission's
used to
over
it.
now. Nice work. Stand by until
There's one thing that this game does better than 7, autopilot. Stick inputs override the autopilot. In 7 they don't.
Talisman, think you can go out with Avalanche instead of me?
I mean, actually, when I got back into this, I was using my PC 360 controller,
Tonight.
which isn't nearly as worn. And then I started using this one because it's like, yeah, I want to save that controller, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm used to this one.
And daughter are both dead. It's just been
The only downside is it's wireless and has an old battery,
lost my family.
so I just gotta keep it charged in.
Can't even protect his
It can hold a charge for a few hours, but if I'm gonna be doing an actual like recorded run, I'm just gonna keep it plugged in.
and Jessica. How can
Also,
I
time
let
for Shamrock to be depressed.
Once this mission's over, I'm turning in my wings. I've had it. I have no more reason to fly.
An unknown is moving in fast from the northeast. Is that a fighter? A kiss change?
So you know what makes Ace Combat and Ace Combat?
That's no fighter. It's
Super
traveling too
weapons.
fast.
What's going on?
We're being attacked by one right now.
An unknown is coming in from the northeast. All planes assume combat formation. The unknown just jumped off radar. Hold on. Multiple objects are traveling on the same coordinates. I think these are...
Oh, really? One actually missed.
Ghost Eye, we've got cruise missiles.
Okay,
All planes, intercept those cruise missiles.
that hasn't
Keep our
happened in a
city
long
safe.
time. At least on that first volley, anyways. I mean, it happens regularly.
Target down. Second wave of
Sometimes the
unknowns
missile will
incoming.
run into one that was in front of its target. Two things hitting the same target at once, even though they targeted different things.
Unknown destroyed, but we've got a whole lot more of the same coordinates. They just won't quit.
It's a cruise missile. Shoot it down. Gotta check. Solar fighters are coming in as reinforcements. Don't these guys ever drop? We're back, Lemuria.
I don't think you can shoot those giant parts down. Never really tried, and I'm pretty sure they're too fast.
Sending all of you straight to hell.
Do want to take these out as quickly as possible because the next wave doesn't spawn until you kill everything from the current one.
Fifth wave of unknowns incoming. Just split. Cruise missiles incoming. Spread out. Cruise
Cruise missiles incoming!
I've got a visual on an unknown. It's huge.
Enemy attack planes approaching. We've got our hands full with these cruise missiles. Back up.
Our ground unit's taking stealth fighter attacks. Can anyone out there provide support?
I'll head over there. Just watch me.
Off my tail, please.
Sixth wave
And you can't call for allied cover unless someone's got a lock on you, so... Even if you've got all these planes chasing you, they're not... Your allies aren't going to do anything on a allied cover. Unless they're actively shooting you. Which, on easy, actually means that allied cover is a lot less powerful than on the higher difficulties, since enemies are far less aggressive. Right now it's just kill time, kill airplanes. There's some sort of timer between previous set of cruise missiles and the next one, which is the final wave. I'm just trying to hang around a point where one of the next bits detonates. See, I'm trying to go allied cover, get these guys off my butt. But you just hear... Oh, there's one, because one finally shot at me. It's like, guys, there's these bandits on my tail. Get them off me. Get them off me. Get them... Oh, they're shooting at me. Okay, now you're gonna get them off me. Unfortunately, now the warheads carry extra missiles, so a single volley does not take them all out. What's real fun is trying to do these missions when on an Ace 2 type aircraft, which were DLCs. And some of my missiles hit Shamrock, great.
Target down.
Yeah, if Shamrock's tagging along with you and he's deciding to hover under you and you fire a weapon like a rocket launcher, these atoms, he'll eat them all and then he'll go, oops, I can't be here anymore, I took too many hits. Most of them are, some of them are challenge craft.
Target down.
Some of them are straight upgrades, some of them are really weird. I'm definitely gonna do a stream one day where I'm gonna show off some of them.
Have come to a halt. Looks like we outgunned.
Yeah, the monocolor aircraft
This is Ghost Eye.
are ones that have their missiles maxed out and their air-to-ground and air-to-air maxed out, and those two stats affect how quickly you can acquire a target.
Talisman.
So it's strictly an upgrade. I only got the first one. They had
Last dance.
one for each color of the rainbow. There's also ones like there's an F-14 that has stealth camo. There's an Idolmaster one where you hold the afterburner, you go from cruising to 3,300 kilometers per hour in about 2 seconds. Its acceleration is absurd. And it has the highest top speed out of everything else in the game. But it can't turn when it's going at that speed, so... I mean, right now I'm at 2,300 kilometers per hour.
I'd like to say hello. Hello?
So think, in that one specific Mirage skin, I'm going 1,000 kilometers an hour faster than this.
I'm just a civilian. My name's Melissa Herman.
I think it's
And that's definitely a reason why DLC shouldn't be allowed in this, because things like that would speed up submissions incredibly, because you can get from objective to objective far
This
faster.
airband is reserved for wartime defense purposes.
Please, pilot, listen to my mom. She has something important to say.
We might as well hear what she has to say.
Yeah, they have,
Please, trust
there's
me.
like 8 or something Idolmaster planes, the anime stuff.
Has that battery.
I don't know. I think I have all of them. I'm not sure. But I mostly just got them because it's like, hey, they're competitive in multiplayer.
Grace Maria base.
Which, incidentally, I never really played much.
But that's when
I have all of the achievements in this game, except for 2 of the multiplayer ones that require you to do stuff. There's no way I'm getting those anymore. And I can show those skins off after this run.
Radar warning. Enemy forces incoming.
Can you hear me? The battery's weak points are its cooling unit.
Or, like, there's one where it has maximum stability.
On its own.
So, literally, any of this stuff, any of these changes that you make, it does not have a recoil type thing on it. It just goes until you say it doesn't. And then it stops immediately. Which makes it really good for SAMs.
Data received. Hold on here. Ma'am, how did you get a hold of this?
I got it from a
Because then you can track things perfectly.
Garuda 2 to Ghost Eye. Send me a copy of that.
Roger. All planes. I'm sending you data concerning the enemy's weapon capabilities.
And I forgot to split on the last mission, darn it. Oops.
All planes, let's move out.
Garuda 2, roger.
We cover here. Roger that. Avalanche here. Roger that. Initiate scatter here. Roger that.
I don't normally kill those ones with guns, but, yeah.
Launch sequence.
Those huge missiles are being carried to a gunner into the gun barrel.
One of the A10 skins fishtails like mad.
You're covering the target. That thing's not gonna budge under a few
Like, you can literally fly backwards for a few seconds. That's how much it fishtails.
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar.
So yeah, I'm gonna need to adjust my split on these last 2 missions because of the fact that I forgot to split. Oops. Also, railgun! Bam!
Launch of enemy cruise missile confirmed. It's headed straight for Grace Maria. Target data confirmed.
Usually that one I just did is the one that I finished with. I guess I messed up here. Yeah. I forget which key I have bound to skip. I mean, I can just edit the splits later on.
That monster's got a backup unit, an extra cooling unit.
The little girl was right. That thing still isn't dead.
Thermoscan data confirmed.
Hey,
I don't believe this.
nope. Other 8. Nope. Tried keyboard 8 and numpad 8. Either of those.
We can't destroy this. We can't even get close enough with that
So if that is the default, then I must have changed it. I probably did change it because I want to be able to use numbers.
Leave this to me. I'll move in for a closer look.
But yeah, once I complete this, I'm just gonna delete the final two
Going in alone
mission splits because they're not gonna be accurate.
That's too dangerous.
I know it's dangerous, but it's time for me
Dance
to
with
dance
the
with
angels.
Shamrock, you're off radar.
Shamrock, respond! Marcus! Marcus!
Shamrock is down.
All planes, get in there and save.
Just gotta chill out here until the next set of targets shows up because they will shoot you down very quickly if you get in too close. I mean, you can see the hail of bullets heading our way.
Moving to dive down into the battery. I'm gonna take out that backup cooling unit.
I usually don't have any targets left at this point. I guess I'm just being slack.
No, not quite. Now what? Its barrel just opened up.
Oh, there's still a Strigon alive even.
Spy Laria is back behind the barrel. Talisman. We can trust you with this. Right?
Time. Pretty sure that's world record. Let me check. Oh yeah, oh boy, I crushed that. 12 minutes even.
There was a wedding that took place in the field of the prison camp. And I was honored to be the best man.
Yeah, the real time. I knew I was gonna crush it because it's sort of like, wow, the end game time on that is not great. Real time lead is 1 hour, 55 minutes, 40 seconds. This just demolished that. Like, guys, get your act together. I know you're the only two runners, but get your act together.
Surviving is nothing to be ashamed of. I stand here as the grass sways peacefully in the wind. I'm all the more convinced.
No, there's literally only 2 runs submitted on it, so I mean, I'm not really surprised.
A coup d'etat led to the overthrow of the generals.
And, ooh, wow, I really did crush it. 128, I haven't gotten that low before. Yeah, this game is way easier to run the 7 just because it's half the time. Anyway, since I've never gotten a clear time that good before, I'm actually gonna... That's gonna be my only run for the day, but I'm gonna show off other stuff. What do I want to show off?